You know, this video is a very personal one for me, because I'm not speaking to you as someone who already made it, but I'm speaking to you as someone who is still in it. I'm still struggling, I'm still learning, I'm still trying to figure things out. And if you are at the beginning of your videography and filmmaking journey and things are not the way you imagined, this video is for you. So when I first started, I managed to get a few stable clients. Nothing huge, but enough to give me steady income for 5 to 6 months in a row. And for the first time I felt safe, I felt stable, and I thought, yeah, this is it. I can finally quit my 9 to 5 and go all in into freelancing. And that's exactly what I did. I committed 100%. But then pretty much everything collapsed. And you know, life has a very funny way of doing things. And out of nowhere, some of my clients just stopped working with me. Not because I did something wrong, and not because of the quality, but because of reasons that were completely out of my control. Budget cuts, company changes, new directions, and just like that, half of my income was gone. I had almost nothing, and bills, rent, food, everyday expenses, they kept growing. And I was just sitting there thinking, what am I supposed to do now? I felt stuck, scared, lost, embarrassed even. For about 5 to 6 months, I was in that space. And if you have ever experienced something like that, you know that it doesn't just affect your wallet. It affects your mind, your way of thinking, your confidence, your relationships, your sleep. It affects everything basically. Luckily, my girlfriend supported me more than I can ever explain. Emotionally, mentally, financially, and I will always be grateful for that. Because without that support, I don't even know where I would be today. And that's why I'm making this video. Because maybe you don't have that support right now. Maybe it's just you, and I want you to know that you're not alone, you're not the only one. If you jumped into freelancing and it's not what you expected, if you are not getting enough jobs, if your expenses are going up but your income is going down, I want you to hear this. That doesn't mean you failed. It means that you are at the hardest part of your journey, the part that no one makes videos about, the part that no one flexes on Instagram, the part that tests you, but it's also the part that builds you. So the only real advice I can give you is, don't stop, keep going. Even when it feels pointless, just keep going. Now I want to give you a bit of advice that may help you get new clients or retain the ones that you already worked with. I know you're tired of hearing this, but talk about your work. Post your work, talk about your journey, share the process, show who you are, not as a perfect filmmaker, but as a real one. Show your wins, but show your struggles too, because people don't connect with perfection, but they connect with honesty. And that honesty may be the reason that someone hires you in the future. My next tip is to build relationships with local videographers, filmmakers, photographers. Talk to them, share experiences, share knowledge. Don't see them as competition. You can always see them as potential friends or potential partners. You will learn from them and they may learn from you. And who knows, one day one of them may call you and say, hey, I need a second shooter for this job. Are you available? And just like that, everything can change. My next tip is, and it's a very important one, stay in touch with your past clients. Just because a job ended doesn't mean that the relationship should end too. Text them, call them, email them. You can ask them how the campaign went, how the business is doing, if they need anything from you. You need to remind them that you exist, so when the time comes, your name will be the first one that comes to their mind. Now let me give you my 2 cents about lowering your prices. I know people online say never lower your prices, know your worth and all that stuff, and I agree with them. But there's an uncomfortable truth. If you're at the beginning and you don't have a big portfolio yet, nobody knows you. And sometimes the only advantage you have over someone else is the price. And that's okay, because your first goal is not your ego. Your first goal is to put food on the table. You are not selling yourself cheap. You are buying yourself experience. And you can always raise your rates later. Now, my next advice is to work with people from different fields. If you are shooting parties and nightclubs, connect with wedding videographers. If you are doing music videos, connect with commercial filmmakers. You don't need to do everything alone. Sometimes being a second hand can open doors that you never expected. And through that, you'll gain skills, confidence, experience, and of course, income. Why I'm telling you all this? Because 1 year ago, I wish someone told me all these things. Not from a position of success, but from a position of struggle. From the same level, eye to eye. And that's who I want to be on this channel. Not the guy who pretends that has everything figured out, but the guy who says, I'm still figuring things out, but I'm not stopping, and you shouldn't either. If you are still watching, that means that something inside you is still fighting. And that's beautiful. Protect that. You are building something, and one day you look back and realize how far you've come. Just like I'm realizing it right now.